and welcome to yet another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Puppets. And today, I'm joined by a whole bunch of apprentices of water and also the Emperor of Yeast. The Beer Geek Nation guys, Winton, Ryan, Daniel, and we're gonna do a mega collab. This is like the ultimate coolest collab ever on YouTube of Stone IRS Imperial Russian Stout from 08, 09, 2010, and 2011. So get into it. Dig in.
Let's get this open. Oh yeah.
And of course, this is just gonna pour black motor oil.
Yeah, no need to talk about the color at all here.
It's gonna be a a light brown head. I mean, it's only my third time reviewing this beer this year, by the way.
Nice.
I reviewed the 2010 last year, but
This is the first time I ever have this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like my third only Stone beer.
Wow.
Peter's popping the cherry on the Stone IRS. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and check the aroma of this beer. Since I have the 2011, I'll just get this started here. Yeah, I'm getting some roasted chocolatey notes, but a lot of quite a bit of hops to back it up. But as it is an Imperial Stout, definitely the roastiness kind of balances it out, so it's not like smelling an IPA.
Yeah, with the 2009, or sorry, the 2010, those hop notes, I mean, it is fairly hot beer, and most of those hop notes are gone. I'm getting strong dark fruits like raisin, on top of that big roasted malt that you're getting, slight bits of that bitter chocolate.
Yeah. I got a lot of dark, bitter chocolate too in mine, my 09 bottle. No trace of hops in mine as well. Some coffee-ish notes there along with dark fruit, the roasted malt. Smells huge. Smells huge and really good.
and in the 08, there are no hops at all. This I only get dark fruits from the aroma, slight bits of chocolate, but this could be a Belgian quad based on the aroma, just based on how big and fruity that is. A 3-year-old bottle. It smells amazing. A little bit of, I mean, I'm getting astringency. Definitely has some alcohol, but I mean, this doesn't make me think stout. This makes me think Belgian more than anything. That's exactly where this is right now.
Wow.
Very interesting. I do get a slight bit of alcohol, but
yeah.
Yeah, I don't really smell the alcohol at all, but it's probably mellowed out over the years.
yeah, I get just a touch on the 2010.
Okay. Wow, my saliva is just going crazy for tasting this beer, guys.
No, it's amazing. This is a lot of fun.
All right, you guys ready to go?
Cheers,
Yeah.
guys.
All right, cheers.
Skull, cheers.
Oh, that's
All right,
fucking smooth. That's fucking
Yo, you got a 2009, man. Yeah, I bet it's amazing.
Wow.
2008.
That's pretty epic. That's pretty epic.
Yeah. Okay, so the 2011 IRS of Stones. Just like I smelt, definitely there's roast, but a good balance of roast and hops. Just definitely that West Coast hoppiness, but the roastiness to kind of just give it a nice balance to it. And later on, towards the middle and towards the end, I'm getting bitter chocolate, dark chocolate, and some of the bitterness that you get from coffee. And towards the end, I'm getting an alcohol burn that's not unpleasant. It's actually quite nice and quite drinkable considering that, but it's still definitely a big Imperial Russian Stout.
Yeah, and forgot to even mention, this is 10.5% beer, so I mean it's a big Imperial Stout. I get a little bit of alcohol warmth, like you said on the back end, but it's definitely less than when it's fresh. Most of those hop notes are gone. Big dark chocolate on the back to go. Middle of the palate's a little more dark fruits, kind of maybe more prune plum than say like raisin, but yeah, and up front there's some big caramel notes on mine, kind of up front, along with just a touch of bitter.
I mean, mine isn't as chocolatey, dark chocolatey as the aroma indicated. I get a lot more dark fruits in the flavor. I get a lot of like prunes, maybe figs too. Coffee note is still there. Roast malt. It's not overly sweet, an overly sweet Imperial Stout. It's not one that's overly roasted. I think it's a pretty nice balance between the two, like sweet and roast Imperial Stout. But some are like heavy on the roast and real burnt, whilst others are like sweet and cloyingly sweet. I think this is a really great balance between both roast and sweetness. But also, yeah, except the coffee, the roasted malts, as I said, touch of alcohol heat in there. I do get a burning sensation in my throat. But as just as Winton said, it's not in an unpleasant way. Really big and complex brew.
There is so much going on in this aged bottle, guys. Tip of the tongue, it's all those dark fruits. Tip of the tongue, it's all grapes, figs, vinous quality, a whole lot of raisin.
Wow.
Not raisin, but you know, just those huge dates almost. Back of the tongue, it's all coffee. It's all bittersweet chocolate. Really roasty. Really caramelly. No hop presence at all. Maybe a tiny bit of an earthiness. Maybe a tiny bit. The booze is definitely present. This is the beer that McKellar Black is trying to be, in my opinion. This is the beer. You know, a 3-year-old bottle of Stone IRS is where McKellar Black wants to be. That is absolutely phenomenal. I am so happy to be drinking this bottle.
So silky smooth, this beer. It's amazing, and like Peter was saying, with the balance in this beer is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a dry finish. I mean, it's a well attenuated beer in that sense that it's a dry finish, but there's plenty of residual, little bit of sweetness, and a lot of those more complex, you know, sugary notes from the dark fruits.
Yeah, definitely here. Actually, I'm definitely getting that as I'm drinking this more and more. More of what you said about the caramel, darker fruits are coming out. And so it's like initially when you drink it, there's the bitter roastiness of chocolate and coffee, but as you drink it, the residual sweetness definitely lingers on. And actually, this one even coats your tongue of the sweetness.
It's a real nice brew for sure. I mean, it's really nice and complex. I mean, it's pretty darn hot here in my room right now because I've had my Xbox running and my PC and all. So it's not probably the best temperature to drink a stout at, but it's awesome. It's intensely complex. I really like the fact that it's so well balanced. I usually like the sweeter Imperial stouts more than the heavy roast ones, but this does a really good job of like pairing both sweetness and roast, I think.
Now, do you guys have saltiness, like a bit of saltiness along with sweetness?
Almost soy sauce kind of quality, just slightly, I think, actually.
Yeah, there's a tiny bit of that.
Okay, so it seems like we all have it's still a similar taste overall, where you do have that, the sweetness, but the alcohol burn, we all do have that. But at the same time, I think definitely throughout the years that it just, as it ages, it becomes smoother and smoother, and you get more of the sweetness rather than the roast and hops.
Yeah, all those hops seem to fade out because I've had fresh bottles of this before, and they are quite hoppy. The hops just seem to fade out. All the bitterness fades out, but the flavor remains. That earthy character I'm getting is definitely that kind of, you know, you definitely get like almost floral component to this as you drink it.
Yeah, those warrior hops are kind of like earthy, spicy, florally kind of hops.
My favorite element to this right now is that like burnt coffee on the back of the tongue. That's just amazing. I've never had a Russian Imperial Stout that had quite that quality.
Fruits seem to keep coming out. Like it seemed like start from light dark fruits. I'm getting more, and then Peter's getting even more than I am, and then Daniel's just getting a ton. So it's interesting to see how 4 different years it ages.
Oh yeah.
I think overall I think this is a great Imperial Russian Stout. There's just really nothing wrong with it. I can't say anything bad about it, really. I mean, I think it depends if you don't like strong beers, that it might be something that you may not dig too much. But if you want to venture out and have a really good Imperial Russian Stout, this is it. My rating for this, I would give this an A-. It's definitely really good, but I could just imagine it if it's aged, that would be like A or A+. But maybe you guys could tell me what you think.
Well, my 2010, if you saw my review of the 2011, I think I even gave that an A+, which is probably a little high in the sense that, you know, I do enjoy this 2010 a little bit more. It's one of my favorite beers. I buy this beer probably more than any beer out there. I mean, I stock up when this thing comes out.
Nice.
And it remains one of these beers I've been drinking for. I've been drinking this beer probably longer than most other beers I drank. Just, I mean, I've had vintages back to 2004. It's one of my favorite beers. So I mean, it's an A+ beer for me. So, what do you say, Peter?
Super great Imperial Stout. I mean, for me, one of the best Imperial Stouts I've ever had is Speedway Stout by AleSmith. I don't think it's as good, but it's still one of the better Imperial Stouts out there. And now all you guys do have the A through F rating scale, and I'm so picky that I have a 100. But for me, this would be definitely a 95. I mean, it's an intense, really complex Imperial Stout. I mean, if you're a lover of big beers, you'll just love this, and especially an aged bottle. I mean, it is freaking smooth. It's if you ever get the chance to pick up a bottle of it, do it for sure. Pick up 2, age 1, see how that turns out. Great brew for sure.
And I have to disagree with you, Peter. I think this is way better than the Speedway Stout. But I reviewed the 2010 bottle last year, and I gave that a 9.5 out of 10, which I was using the 10-point rating system last year. But I think this bottle is with the dark fruits, with the age on it. I think this is an A+. I think this is my absolute highest grade. I can't imagine liking a Russian Imperial Stout more than I like this bottle. This is absolutely phenomenal. And next time I can get this, I will absolutely age more bottles, because I've had this in my cellar for 3 years, and it was totally worth the wait. This is amazing. I love this beer fresh, but I love it even more with some age on it. So, you know, if you can buy this, cellar some, and it's definitely worth cellaring it for the length of time that I have. I might cellar them even longer, honestly. I would love to try this after 5 years. So, you know, we'll see how that
Wraps it up, guys. That wraps it up for this mega collab with the Beer Geek Nation dudes. Awesome brew. Definitely pick up a bottle if you get the chance. If you're lucky living in Denmark like me, you get them age already. So screw you guys. Remember to check out these 3 guys if you haven't. You know, Winton, Daniel, Ryan. And yeah, guys, that's just about it. So, skål! And we'll see you guys. Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Going back to school.
working. It is officially working.
It's a 7 chord.
You know how annoying that is to try to listen to that while testing the audio on the video on the videos I recorded, right? I thought you guys were intentionally trying to make that difficult for me, but no.
No.
We're just naturally assholes.
Okay, got it.
All right, let's get this thing started then.
Yeah,
now that everything's working.
Everything seems to be working.
I'm gonna do my. I haven't thought about how I'm gonna do my intro, but outro, I should say. But,
we're all a little drunk at this point. I know it. You know.
Intro,
no,
outro.
I'm not drunk. Yeah, I'm gonna be drunk later for sure. But I'm just warming up. This is my lunch. I gotta go up and drink some more.
You gotta go drive, man.
I gotta go. No, I'm not driving. I'm getting a ride, but I'm gonna be opening up a parabola later just to tease you guys.
Oh, fuck you! Fuck you!
I'm just gonna be a major dickhead to you guys today. All right.
Well, you're like, just kidding. This wasn't actually the stone. This was the parabola. That's why I gave it A+.
Oh, let me go grab a couple of KBSs and we'll see how that goes. You know.
Well, I'll just go grab my blueberry lambics. Then fuck you guys.
Okay.